Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
Keep it in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, 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 money.
Call out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find the things in my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? What up? It is Alex, the fantasy football hustler, back at you. And oh, yeah, we got another episode of Elevated Sports Talk. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to our man Derek, who just put a bunch of news in the chat. We appreciate you, homeboy. Shout out to our man Stranger and the Houday Nation. What up? What up? Shout out to our man Song, showing some love on Twitch and on YouTube. Appreciate you, Song. And Emil in the house. What up, my brother? What's going down? And Minnesota Marty in the house. Let's smoke it up, homie. Hits from the bone. Let's try it out here. I got my California weed that came back with me. Let's smoke a bowl. And Emil said, Derek's the new Adam Scheffner. He's better. He's better. Oh, man. And you know what? Rashad Penny. You know, we'll do it the way that we do it. We'll do it the way that we do it, Marty, with a nice song to commemorate Rashad Penny and his journey into the NFL afterlife. Let me see, where is it? And song kind of out of nowhere, so I have no shares of J.K. Dobbins. I don't think I have any shares of J.K. Dobbins either. I might, like, randomly. I have like 30 dynasty leagues. I feel like I have a couple Gus. I know for a fact I have a couple Gus Bus shares, but yeah, I don't think I have any J.K. Dobbins shares either, man. Hey, Captain Spock, what up, homie? What's going on, my brother? All right, here we go, and this is maybe why. So Derek, our man, the Adam Scheffner of our crew, Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins split first team reps on Tuesday. Oh, here comes Noble. All of a sudden, Noble woke up like early today.
At 17.
Oh my gosh. Dab time. That's what it is. I would expect Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins to be splitting first team reps the entire way, because if you give one of them all the first team reps, they might get hurt. We need to save these guys from themselves. Khalil Shakir has been one of the most consistent, dependable players in Bill's training camp. Oh, I'm still on the Curtis Samuel hype over Khalil Shakir, but with nobody over there, it's like you have to take shots on these guys. And we'll see game one. The cream will rise to the top game one. I mean, it's not like that's going to tell us everything, but we'll see the target market share in game one and see how Allen is treating his wide receivers and tight ends. Let's see. MVS has faded into the background during training camp. What fucking team does MVS even play for? Is he on the Jets? Oh, he's on the Bills now? Come on, man. He ain't going to be nothing. How about this, though? DJ, I want to score more. Big-ass contract. 4 years, 110 mil. Whew. Got very close to that 30 mil a season. He's killing it over there, man. And they're really so, I mean, I know that they're on the up and up now, but the Bears have been so trash. You need to extend someone like DJ Moore right now with somewhat of a team-friendly deal, because if Caleb actually does good and the Bears actually do, like, let's say the Bears win 8 games, like not even going 500. Let's say the Bears win 8 games. Everybody on that team is going to be demanding money. And that's how it should be. I don't think they're going to win 8 games. I give them 5 at best, and that's kind of even being a little bit. That's me even giving them the benefit of the doubt. We can go look at their schedule, but I doubt they have 5 games on their schedule. Or like, yeah, they're gonna win this game. Rum Wilson, week to week. Okay, damn, I didn't know he got. Well, okay, he had an ankle injury. I feel like if you have any kind of leg or lower extremity injury in training camp, you should be carted off. You should not have to walk. So I don't feel bad when I hear guys are carted off, because it's practice. It's practice. This isn't in front of the millions and millions. It is not in front of all those people. So yeah, don't be a hero. Get carted off the field. Get your medical attention. Caleb Williams won't play in the first preseason game. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, Rodgers not playing. Yep. We already knew that was that he's not going to be playing. What up, Zach? Said Keon Coleman over Curtis Samuel and Shakir. For Dynasty, yes, for sure. 1,000,000 billion %. Whatever other number I could put on that. But for redraft, though, I don't know. I mean, you got to take chances, man. You got to take chances. Tino, what up, homie? He said, y'all not going to believe this shit this morning. We lost to China in BMX. What? How do the Americans lose at BMX? Didn't Americans invent BMX? Oh, my gosh. And Tino said, where's Dave Mirra when you need him? Bro, Dave Mirra is probably so disappointed right now. He has to be so disappointed. Well, Tino, how come I thought you said that our women's rugby team was the best? How come they just got the bronze? That's what I'm saying. Didn't we invent this shit? I thought so. Like, if it wasn't America, like, who the fuck invented BMX? You know, because, like, yeah, I mean, come on. And even if the BMX bike wasn't invented in America, you know, just the BMX, X Games, like all that kind of shit, like, wasn't that invented in America? What the hell? Tino said they're pretty good. I think that's our first medal in rugby. Okay. What the hell? Will said America didn't medal in shooting either. Got no shots. Uh-oh. Who's Timothy? Says terrible, just terrible. Is that how I sound? Is that how you sound when you say it? Terrible. It's terrible. And Tino said we definitely invented the skate park. Uh-oh. We have an imposter in our chats. Where'd you come from, Timothy? You fucking weirdo. Said looks like a guy who'd scam people at fantasy football. Dear moron. And yeah, Tino, like, no doubt Americans invented the skate park. And yeah, man, like, why isn't Dave Mirra, like, he wasn't the coach of the BMX teams? And Timothy said you do. Oh, I bet it's because I'm Mexican, huh? Is that why I look like I would scam people? I'm sure Tim's one of those guys. But wherever Tim came from, appreciate you, bro. We need more trolls like you feeding the algorithm. Thanks. And Tim said, yeah, at least coach or something, somebody from the game. Like, that's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. Like, isn't this like the first year that like BMX has been in the isn't this the first year that that BMX is in there. You run leagues where you take money. You're a scammer. Hey, Tim, I'm just very curious. Where do you shop for groceries? Do you go in and you're like, hey, you're making money off of this. You're a scammer. Everyone knows I'm making money, you weirdo. And why are you here? Because you think anybody cares what you have to say? Everybody in here is playing in the tournament and knows that I'm making money off of it, you weirdo. Oh, I know why. I know why he's able to comment. It's my fault. It's my fault. I didn't turn on subscriber mode only. Let me go do that real quick. Because if you're going to talk shit, you can subscribe before you can talk shit. And you know what? We'll even let you wait. We'll even make you wait 5 minutes before you can say something. There we go. And Zach said Guillotine League starts next Tuesday, assuming everybody pays. But yes, it well, next Tuesday. It would be somewhere. It would be somewhere in there for sure. But yeah, next Tuesday ish. It should be sometime next week where we're starting. All right. That's funny though. I love when people who don't who don't play or compete and everything, yeah, they just they have so much to say. They have so much to say. But yeah. Oh, he's still able to comment. Maybe I just need to put him in timeout for a little bit. Here we go, and put you in timeout like a little kid. There we go. And Tina said, I'm back. I was in a tunnel. There we go. He's back. He's safe. All right. He said, man, this no internet thing is chewing up my data, even watching on low resolution. What do you mean? Why do you have no? What's up with your internet? What's up with your internet? Did you already move out of your spot? Do you not have Wi-Fi anymore? Or is it just like being out in the boonies? All right. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. So still in the same spot, got new equipment. Apparently the modem needs to be initialized and it takes up to 3 days. What? What the hell? 3 days? What? Dude. How's it take so long? Like, what the hell? That makes like no sense. He said putting in the last minute arenas in the bathroom on Friday, clean up the yard work this week, probably listed next week. Housing market's crazy out here. What do you mean the housing market's crazy? Like crazy good? Like prices are up? Or what do you mean crazy? Just like a lot of bullshit going on? But yeah, very curious. Where'd you say? Saskatchewan, Canada. Captain Spock, the CEO of that company, needs the modem rammed up his ass, bro. Like 3 days? What? Oh man, so funny. Crazy good, limited supply. Okay, good. That's a good thing. Tino said I did the same thing and I was pissed. Had to wait too. Yeah, what the hell? On terrible. Is that what people who don't live in Ontario call it? Oh man. Strange said 3 days is unacceptable. By 2 days, 23 hours and 57 minutes. Right? Like, why would it not configure faster? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. People in Ontario call it that. All I know about Ontario is a lot of wrestlers have come out of that area, right? That's usually what we hear if it's a Canadian wrestler. They always claim Ontario. I mean, I said you buying into the Royce Freeman hype. No. You know what this means for me? Like, this means that Rico Dowdle, like, whatever hype was around him needs to completely go out the window. Like, this is about to be Zeke's show again. And yeah, there's like all the running backs behind him like suck. So like, yeah, could it be Royce Freeman who gets the number 2? Yeah, because like Rico Dowdle, like, man, there's nothing special about him. There's nothing special about Deuce Vaughn. So yeah, like am I believing the hype? No, like I'm not hyped about him at all. Could he be the number 2 running back in Dallas? Yes. Could the number 2 running back in Dallas be flex worthy? Maybe like sometimes, maybe like during those weeks when we have like 6 teams on bye, if the Cowboys aren't one of them, like maybe Royce Freeman's worth it then. But I would just avoid him like altogether. It's Zeke or nobody in that backfield. Like that's just, unless, I mean, if we're talking dynasty, sure, get some other people. We're just talking redraft. Like, man, Zeke should be the only guy drafted in that backfield. Magic Man Ricky, what up, bro? So I'm getting bad press about not having an IR spot. I'm a bad commissioner for not doing it. I had people in the past hide players on IR. That was an out, so I got rid of it for the last 3 years. Well, here's what I'm going to say, Magic Man. I don't think you're a bad commissioner for not having an IR spot, but I do think that every league should have multiple IR spots. Unless you have a super deep bench already to where the IR spots are kind of like, you know, just like extra afterthoughts. But it's my experience that most benches are not that big in a lot of leagues, usually like 5-6 spots. It's not a lot depending on how many starters you have. So I'd be like, the thing is, I mean, I don't know what you're playing on, but on Sleeper, okay, you can make it to where someone has to be on IR for them to get put on the IR. You can make it to where someone is out and they're on IR. You can make it to where someone's doubtful and they're on IR. I would say just make sure you get the settings the exact way that you want it. If you don't want players to be on IR because they're out, that's a setting that you change. You can make it to where they're just on injury reserve. And that's the only way that they could go in there. And that's totally up to you. I have it to where all the settings are on. If it's doubtful, if they're out, because we should be able to make moves accordingly. In the NFL, they do. Like on Friday, they get declared out. They're not active for that game. They go pick someone up. They add them to the roster. So if we're trying to mimic like real NFL, I mean, the IR spot should be there. But it's all about the settings and the way that you want to set it up. That's what it's all about. Will said the Stu Hart dungeon in Calgary. There we go. And is Calgary in Ontario? Because I don't really know the geography like that. This is funny. Tim came back. Let me put him on timeout again. Let's say Tina said this means they're looking for an RB for sure. For sure. You start getting Royce Freeman talk over there, you know that they're looking for an RB. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Lenny Fournette? Is it going to be Kareem Hunt? Is it gonna be Jerick McKinnon? Who are some other RBs that could fall under that category? Like the last remaining free agents who are good enough vets to get picked up. Yeah, it says day and age of technology, it should take 3 minutes, not 3 days. Yep. Will said Smitty just said Royce Freeman to the moon. Probably. Tino said Hunt, please. And I can't wait until I can franchise tag in fantasy football. This shit's funny. I said Ultimate Fantasy Football app would let me franchise tag my left tackle. Oh man, Will said no. Calgary's in Alberta. Okay, Alberta is one of the other places that I know. Is Alberta country or a state? I mean, or wait, no, you guys don't have states. What the fuck are they called? Providences? What the hell are they called in Canada? It's a state in America. What the hell is it called in Canada? And he said, the Providences. Okay. He said, along the way from Ontario, think New York to Montana distance. Okay. So literally all the way across the country. All the way across the country. Okay. Interesting. Tino said is the North Pole in Canada. Captain Spock said Smitty was slobbing on Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's knob like corn on the cob a few years back. Look at how that turned out. He's one of the worst analysts in the business. It's funny. Smitty came on the show here a couple years ago, like during COVID. So I won't talk shit about him personally, but you know, a lot of his takes very questionable. I feel like him and the fantasy football counselor kind of came from the same like school of marketing. How about that? School of marketing. Captain Spock said whatever Smitty says, just do the opposite and you'll win a championship. Yeah, I remember when he came on, we were talking about like just the rookies that should get the most hype. And I remember he was all over Chuba. He was like, Chuba's my guy. Chuba's my guy. International waters. He said, so Santa doesn't need to follow any international laws. Of course not. Of course not. Come on. Why would he? Well, so I don't know, but I'm coming around to his take on Benson. I mean, but yeah, he said we get presents first in Canada. That's funny. Closest in geography. I'm not with the Benson take. Like, I mean, I'm not with the Benson take. Isn't Smitty like in Arizona? Like, isn't he a little bit more biased towards like Arizona players, or am I thinking about someone else that's in Arizona? Teal said, I think they're going to share the ball in Arizona. I mean, yeah. And I did say that Connor and Benson could get a split. But unless Connor gets hurt, which, yes, I know that's likely. It could happen. Benson's not going to be anything more than like 30%, you know? Like, why would he? It's not going to be a 50-50 split. Adam said Keon Coleman, top 10 wide receiver this year. No. I mean, I love his chances to potentially be rookie of the year, assuming no QBs, you know, go super crazy. No, Keon Coleman's not going to be top 10 this year. Could he get enough volume to potentially squeak into the top 10 maybe in a couple weeks here or there? Like, yeah, he probably could. I want to see his rapport with Josh Allen, though. I want to see how this new Bills offense is going to be moving, because Keon Coleman does not equal Stephon Diggs. And I think a lot of people are just automatically putting in Coleman into like the exact amount of targets and stats that Stephon Diggs had. And it's not fair. Will said, so Brooks over Benson for you. Yeah, because Brooks actually has a shot of starting, but I've been very clear on me not liking any of the three top running backs. Brooks, Benson, Corum. Nobody else besides those three running backs should even be drafted in redraft leagues. Dynasty, yes. Best ball, yes. Keepers, sure. But not just regular redraft leagues. Like outside of those three running backs, no of the other rookie running backs should even be drafted. What did Tino say? I like to hear local takes are usually what the teams doing. The reporters stay with the teams every day. Yeah. It said every day are the guy Schefter pays. Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah. And that is Oh my gosh. All right. Peace out, Tim. We gave you long enough. Trolls can only stay around for so long. But yeah, for sure. Adam Scheffner, you know, he's got the beat reporters like under his wing. We know he has a lot of connections with the front offices and GMs and different coaches around the league. So he does get a lot of information from a lot of reliable sources. But that's why he's also like not as fast as he used to be, right? Like these beat reporters are trying to be the next Adam Scheffner, not give him the info. Captain Spock said Connor had the best metrics of his career last year. Benson is for next year. Yeah, for the future. Adam said you're right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't like Coleman because I definitely like him this year, but I'm not putting him as top 10. I'm not putting him as top 10. Will said I asked your boys last night if they thought I could get Benson and Brooks at the 110 and 201 and 10 team league. They thought it was possible. Yeah, it is. It is possible, for sure. I mean, in a 12-team league, Brooks is going at the end of the first or early second. Same with Benson, early to mid-second. Captain Spock said Connor was top 10 in broken tackles, number 1. Broken tackles per carry, number 6 in rushing yards in only 13 games, number 5 in yards per carry. I think people are just really jaded, like, from him. And for redraft, I really try to get I try not to be jaded. Like there's certain people, but it's all about the opportunity. And yeah, he missed 3 games last year. Like he didn't miss half the season. He didn't miss 3/4 of the season. What up, Bakes? What's going on, bro? All right, we're gonna get some more smoking going. Yeah. Oh, let me double check. Someone just sent in their numbers. Oh, and both those numbers already got taken. All right. What Will say? If for some crazy reason Jane Daniels is available that late, I'm definitely grabbing him, even though I've Hurts, Joe Burrow, AR-15. I don't think he will be. Like he was going second or third in every single rookie draft that we had. So yeah, if he makes it to 110, oh man, that would be insane. I mean, all the leagues that I'm talking about are 12-man leagues, but yeah, not sure. Well, so I didn't see one comment from Tim. He must have blocked me. Well, and I'm not sure which channel he was on necessarily. Because we're streaming on 2 YouTube channels, so I guess he could have been on either one. He could have been on like my personal one. I'm not sure. Because that one's like literally just my name, so it's probably easier to find. Captain Spock said I like Corum better than Benson. If the RB1 gets injured, Corum has a higher ceiling. Yeah, I mean, just more of a rushing offense, right? I mean, even though we think of the Rams as like a high-powered passing offense, like everything has kind of been predicated off the run from them. I mean, shit, since the Todd Gurley days. No matter what, Kyler is the main piece of that offense. Woo! That was a good one. All right. And don't forget, guys, I got some squares for the Hall of Fame game that is going down. So that's Thursday. That is Thursday's game. And let me see. We have less than 30 squares left because our man Scotty Boy he just grabbed 2 right now. Tina said, why the fuck do we not have one of these rookies behind Zeke, right? Especially when they were like 3rd and 4th round guys. Like, why? I don't understand. And I can't even remember who the Cowboys picked their 3rd, 4th, 5th. You know, I mean, that's where a lot of those running backs were going. But yeah, what the hell, man? What the hell? Makes no sense. Wilson, my thoughts on Benson are that he can produce this year. He produces huge if Connor gets hurt. He has better upside because Connor is an older back. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Kyren could get hurt just as easily as James Conner can. How many games did Kyren miss last year? Didn't he miss like 6 games or something? He missed more games than Connor missed last year. Right? Like, am I wrong about that? Go ahead, bud. Tino, he said, Estimate was there. And Captain Spock said, yep, good point. Rams are a version of the Shanahan offense, which is run-based with play-action calling. Yeah, and I mean, we think of them as a high-powered, just pass-only like offense. But, I mean, if we go back and look at everything, like, yeah, just literally go back to the Todd Gurley days, you know? I mean, where everything's kind of predicated off the run. And that's how some of the best teams keep winning. You got to be able to run the ball. You control the clock. You control more when you control the time of possession and the clock. Tiana's Uncle Jerry, I will sell my business to do the draft. Sign me up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I knew I wasn't wrong about that. Kyren missed more games than Connor. Yes. But there's way more hype behind Benson because people think of Connor as like a broken running back. And I don't know. Like, I mean, okay. Like, I'm going back like years at this point. This is like from like my home league and the Green Bowl. Derek made it back. Salute, homie. This is going like way, way back. We're talking 2010, status where for the live draft, we would do only live drafts. We'd be putting the stickers up on the board, and then I would keep that, and whoever won, they would get the draft board at the end of the year. That was kind of like your trophy. And I remember motherfuckers having that shit up in their rooms. Like, this was my championship draft board right here. And I remember like looking at the draft board. This is 2010. I can't remember like players, necessarily, but I go look and I was like, man, all the running backs got fucking hurt this year. I was like, I wonder how many running backs got drafted in our draft that are actually playing on people's teams like now, like in the playoffs. The number was so low. Like every running back has the same chance of being, of getting hurt. Every running back has the same chance of getting hurt. And yeah, for redraft, I really don't like getting those handcuffs because if you're not prepared to keep that handcuff the entire season until you really need them, you might as well not even draft them. Like, what do you guys think about that? Because if you draft them and you just drop them later anyways, you just wasted a spot. Like, however many weeks you had that person like on your team. And like, that's the way that I think about it. Like those, the spots in our leagues are so valuable because we only get so many of them. You only get so many bench spots. And like, think about it. If you are just like hoping and praying that someone gets hurt and you got their handcuff there and you're letting other guys get picked up on the waiver instead of getting them, like, man, it's just that could, I'm not saying that could be like the definite thing between winning and losing, but I mean, it could be, right? Like, I mean, if you let a top waiver wire guy go because you're holding on to some handcuff and that top waiver wire guy that week ends up being a league winner, like that could have been someone on your team. Yeah, Wilson, I think Connor missed 2. It was 2 or 3 for sure. 2 or 3. I'm not saying that Corum is Todd Gurley. What I'm saying is the Rams offense. That's what I'm saying. The Rams offense, even going back to the Todd Gurley days, it just proves that things are predicated off the run. That's what I was saying when I brought up Todd Gurley, that this isn't like a new type of system or anything. Like they've been running this system for years and years and years. And it's been, it changes a little bit, but everything kind of goes off of the run first. That's all I'm saying. And Will said I like tape on Benson over Corum and Brooks. What'd you see from Benson that you didn't see from Corum or Brooks? Because all 3 of their tape in college just looks great. There's a reason why, like, they were the 3 highest, why they're the 3 like most hyped like rookie running backs amongst the fantasy community. And it's because all of them looked good. Like all of them looked good. None of them looked bad. If you look up the last 10 Super Bowl winners, probably don't even need an elite RB. Let's look them up, because I bet you're right. And I bet if you go look at a lot of fantasy football championships, I know there's a lot of CMCs on there, but outside of that, I wonder who was like some of the most rostered people in like the fantasy championships as far as running backs go. But let's see. So, we had Kansas City. We already know no elite running back there. And they were back to back. The Rams, when they won in the 2021 season, who was their running back? Like, I don't think they had a good, like, Cam Akers. Like, I don't think they had a good running back. Tampa Bay, Lenny Fournette, he'd fallen off a little bit, but he was still a number 4 overall pick in the NFL. And then Kansas City again, New England, Philly, it was a big combination. Then New England again, Denver. Damn. Did Denver have no Sean Marino then? I'm trying to even think. I think it might have been, right? Then New England again. Seattle. Baltimore. Giants. It's going back a little bit more than 10 years, but oh, Bakes, no. Let me give you the league safe. He said, been hearing weird rumors about league safe being weird with people in certain states. Could I just send you the funds and you add it if I'm not able to? You're able to. You're in California. Fantasy football is legal in California. There's some states where they're a little bit more strict on fantasy football, and that's what I've kind of been that's what I've kind of been hearing. But yeah, worst case, we can figure it out. They do charge fees, so you'd have to pay like the couple bucks, on top of it. But I'm sure that won't be an issue either way. But yeah, if they won't let you add it for some reason, yeah, I do it for people outside the country. I'll do it for people in America as well. But yeah, you should be okay being in Cali. Championships are won on the waiver wire. That's facts. Hell yeah. It'll always be true. Unless you are the lucky one who drafts and nobody gets hurt on your team. But even then, even if nobody gets hurt on your team, you should still be picking up some of the top waiver wire guys. Said no handcuffs if you have fab. Said faster and better vision. Well, the faster, people are going off of his 40 time, right? And like, yes, having the 40 time, but we've seen guys who run a 4.5 in the combine and they still end up doing good. Let me say that's for real. They basically are the same guy. Yep. Strange said with the current rules, teams value running backs for blocking and catching as much as running. Shit, maybe even more than running. You got to be a good pass blocker. Like, if you're not a good pass blocker in the NFL, like you're going to keep falling farther and farther down the list of the draft and how much money you get paid and all that. But yeah, that's a must. You cannot be a bad pass blocker anymore. You just won't last long. Yes, I forgot about Seattle, but you get the point. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like all those teams that we just mentioned, like New England never had. I mean, they run a lot, but it's like a running system, like over there. It's not like they ever had like, like I mean, LeGarrette Blount. Like, I mean, yeah, he had a bunch of touchdowns and stuff, but he's like a goal line specialist. Like he didn't have like an insane amount of yardage or like catches or like anything like that. But yeah, out of all those teams, like Denver, Seattle, like Baltimore, I guess. Like, I mean, but yeah, like out of all these teams, like you got to go back a while before, we're just having like these, like you got to go back to, straight up. Like you got to go back to the bus, Jerome Bettis. You got to go back to, which they had amazing running backs on both sides of the ball because they had Sean Alexander on the other side of the ball also. You got to go back to Terrell Davis. But yeah, like legit, like Dallas, like you literally have to go back to like teams like that, like in the 90s, where it's like the running back is putting the team like on their back for this Super Bowl victory. Like it's just not like that anymore. So Seattle, the only team with an elite running back in the Super Bowl, and they didn't even use them. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, no Sean Marino, but I'm not going to consider him elite. We'll just say above average for him. As far as NFL goes, I mean, he's really good, but yeah, legit, out of all those last games, like, I mean, Ray Rice, I mean, but yeah, I mean, I don't even know. We're not putting him in like beast mode, like categories as far as just like beastly running backs, elite running backs, like you said. The Giants, like they always had what's it called, a plethora of running backs. No, like one elite like running back. Yeah, like legit. You got to go back to Marshawn, Jerome Bettis. Damn, I can't remember who was there in Tampa Bay when they won. I mean, St. Louis with Marshall Faulk, like, I mean, definitely elite. And then Terrell Davis, TD, then Emmitt Smith. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Like, look at it. Like, there's not. There's not an insane amount of elite running backs who end up like making it to the Super Bowl and being the guy in the Super Bowl. Captain Spock, the theories of the Rams offense is run heavy with lots of pre-snap motion, post-snap movement. This draws in the linebackers, opens up immediate routes, holes in the coverage for Kupp and Puka. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Strand said agree Huss since he got rid of Mixon because he's ass at blocking. Yeah, and they kept him for a while. Tino said it's funny. That's a stat. Said I had to look it up and make oh man, to make me feel better about myself about the Cowboys. That's funny. Will said, fun fact, Leonard Fournette, Christian McCaffrey were drafted the same year. Yeah, that 2017. Yeah, that 2017 draft class was pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. And Leonard Fournette was drafted above Christian McCaffrey. Yes, 7 teams drafted above Christian McCaffrey. Let's go see. Let's go see the fun facts of who are the people drafted over Christian McCaffrey. Myles Garrett at number 1. Let's say he's worth it. Mitch Trubisky at number 2. Solomon Thomas at number 3. Leonard Fournette at number 4. Corey Davis at number 5. Jamal Adams at number 6. Drafted 1 pick in front of Christian McCaffrey by the San Diego Chargers, Mike Williams. Then Christian McCaffrey at number 8. Could you imagine, like, they would, if the 49ers would have just drafted Christian McCaffrey with that number 3 pick, they probably would have won a Super Bowl already. It's crazy to think that. They probably would have. Tina says that the last big RB draft. Well, I mean, this is 2 RBs picked in the top 10. That rarely happens. But who else was picked? Were those the only two guys? I mean, they were drafted in the first, like let's see who else was drafted. Dalvin Cook was drafted this year, second round. Joe Mixon in the second round. I mean, it's still only two. That's only four guys drafted in the first 2 rounds. Alvin Kamara, I mean, that was a big one right there. Cooper Kupp was drafted in the 3rd round that year as well. Kareem Hunt in the 3rd, Donta Foreman in the 3rd, James Conner in the 3rd. Yeah, I mean, we go look at other drafts. I mean, let's see. In 2000 and we had Saquon in 2018 and Rashad Penny and Sony Michel. That's funny. Will said, wasn't Mahomes taken in 17? Yeah, for sure. He was taken at number 10. He was taken at number 10, and the Chiefs moved up to pick him there. Tennessee, I don't think we'll see running backs go that high for a while. Yeah, and I don't know too much about the college running backs outside of some of the ones that I've been playing with on NCAA. But yeah, like why would anybody draft a running back that high? You have to be so elite coming out of college to be even considered to be drafted that high. There's just no reason. Tina said was the Chiefs quarterback. Who was the Chiefs got there? Yeah, Alex Smith. Yeah, it was Alex Smith. And Mahomes said that sitting behind Alex Smith taught him so much. He actually learned how to throw the ball away and live to fight another day. Like before that, he was just gunslinging only. Live or die by the pass, by the deep pass on every play. Yeah, and they, I'm pretty sure, they made it to the playoffs that year. In 2017, Travis Kelce wasn't fully emerged. Tyreek was kind of emerging at that time. And the only game that we saw Mahomes play that year was week 17 when Kansas City sat their starters before the playoffs, and Mahomes got to get in there and slang it. And Tina said, what happened? Mahomes took his job or Alex Smith got hurt? Nothing. Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith for a year. The next year, Mahomes was given the keys. That's how it worked. They knew that Alex Smith, once they drafted Mahomes, Alex Smith knew that his time was up. But he still played, still got him to the playoffs. And that's what's crazy. Even a guy like Patrick Mahomes. And Tino said took his job then. I don't know I don't think he was under contract though. Like that year. I think that was the last year on his contract. They drafted Mahomes and then Alex Smith was no more like that year. So yeah, I guess we could say they took his job. But like, hey, took her job. But that's what's crazy. Like everybody saying that these rookie QBs like have to start, right away. It doesn't matter when you're drafted, like sitting for a year versus playing when you're not like ready yet. Like that's just the difference between a QB who's going to last in the NFL and the QB who's not going to last. Because not everybody gets unlimited chances. Wilson, then Smith left, broke his leg on the same day Joe Theismann did. What, the exact same day? Just different year, obviously. Kirk Cousins is the new Alex Smith. No way. Alex Smith was not really that good for fantasy. Kirk Cousins played on. See, the thing that I worry about with Kirk Cousins this year, he's like, I know that there was a couple years with the Vikings when Dalvin Cook was like really on, but Dalvin Cook like seemed like he got hurt more than he played. And I know that that may or may not be true, but Kirk Cousins, like usually their running game was not elite. Is the Falcons running game going to be elite this year with Bijan? Like that's one of the things that could make or break him. In being like a top 10 fantasy guy versus like, you know, closer to 15. Tino said, no way Kirk is the Drew Breesy of this era. And what? No. I believe it was the same day and the same field. That's rough. Yeah, Bake said Penix can learn a lot from Captain Kirk. Yeah, and it would be smart for them to not force the issue about making it like I already said that they're not going to force the issue. Like you don't pay a guy 180 million. I know they haven't paid him all of it, but you don't pay him that amount of money and draft a QB because you hate that guy and because you don't want him to play. Like I think that look at what the Packers did. Like they paid Jordan Love to like sit on the bench for like a handful of years. If you really believe in the guy, like why not? Like why not? You're going to be paying people like backup money like anyways. I mean, there's so many first rounders who like just completely fizzle out. And but yeah, the Packers they didn't win a Super Bowl, you know, because of it. Like I said that Jordan Love was one of the stupidest draft picks like at the time, just like AJ Dillon was like as well. I mean, you could have drafted so many good wide receivers with either one of those first two picks when you got like backup guys. So that was always my beef with it. I want teams to make championship moves with their drafts, especially their early draft picks. Like, I don't want to see a team that's competing for a championship make a draft pick for the future. Like, that's why I made fun of the Trey Lance pick, like, so much. Like, San Francisco is, like, primed to win a Super Bowl. And, like, you could have taken somebody that, like, really helped you potentially get to a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl versus trading up to get what you think the QB of the future is. And it's all right. It's everyone's right in the preseason. But man, 49ers are so stupid. Like, man, they gave Trey Lance and then 2 other first round picks. Like, after that got wasted for Trey Lance. It's crazy. It's moves like that keep you from not winning Super Bowls. He says one of the worst trades I've ever made. I traded Justin Jefferson his rookie year for Dalvin Cook. That backfired on me. Was that I'm hoping not Dynasty. Was that just a redraft league? If it's a redraft league, I got a story that could rival that. Penix got screwed. It's so sad. Said he's probably the most pro-ready QB besides Caleb. Let me say, you know, the secret of Penix, he played 6 years, had 4 career-ending injuries. I think ATL is worried. But I want to say they got Kirk for this season. Kirk's going to be there for 2 years. Like, it just wouldn't make sense to not let him be the QB for 2 years. They're locked into so much money with him for the first 2 years. Like, that's really what it is. Like, after that, they could cut him. They could do a lot of things. Maybe he restructures for all we know. Like, who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? Oh, Tina said Penix has a really bad injury history. Okay. Will said the Dynasty League ended up fizzling. He said started a new Dynasty up and via trades, I ended up getting Jefferson back anyways. Now it's my super team now. Nice. And yeah, see if that league's not even in existence anymore. Like, who cares? In redraft, one of the worst moves that I ever made was dropping Odell Beckham Jr. like 2 weeks before he became OBJ. That's what happened. Maybe 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. But I ended up losing the championship that year. And it was whatever year that was. I can't remember what year it was. I'm pretty sure that was the year that Denver was just shitting all over everybody. And Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas, like, combined with Peyton Manning, were just like, there was like Peyton Manning was number 1, Demaryius Thomas was number 1, Emmanuel Sanders was like top 5, And I remember resting on my laurels because my team was doing so good because it was spearheaded by those three guys. And yeah, I fucked up, man. Should have won a championship that year. And Johnny in the house, what up, bro? Let's smoke it up.
Smoke weed every day.
Johnny said, what I miss? We're talking, I mean, all the news at the beginning. DJ Moore, DJ I Want to Score More got paid. Hell yeah. We were talking, we went through the Super Bowl winners over the last like handful of years. And there's really been no elite running backs that were in the Super Bowl over the last like 10, 12 years. Like Marshawn, that's like the elite of the elite when it comes to the Super Bowl running backs. And then they fucked him in the Super Bowl. Didn't even give him the ball. So that's what we were talking about a little bit. We're talking about how Kirk Cousins is the new Alex Smith, according to Bakes. But Tino said Kirk is the new Drew Breesy of this era. So we got a lot of spicy takes. A lot of spicy takes going around. Will said in this league last year I traded Kyler, Rondell Moore, and James Cook for JJ Jordan Love. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid. I mean, the Rondell Moore is nothing. So it's really, to me, this is Kyler and James Cook for JJ and Jordan Love. And yeah, I feel like most people would rather have JJ and Jordan Love over the Kyler and Cook combo. Tina said in the playoffs, you need a quarterback they can win with in the fourth quarter and defense that can stop scoring and a defense that can stop the run, right? I mean, I feel like that's another thing is like, that's like, even though there's not a lot of elite running backs out there, you know, just like singular elite running backs. There are, I would say, a handful of elite rushing systems, you know, like saying it like that. Because, I mean, so many of these offenses are like ripoffs of the Shanahan, you know, offenses to where like there's not an elite running back. I mean, shit, look at Miami, you know, like there's one of them right there. Like, I mean, I guess people might put A-Chain in like the elite category, but I don't think he deserves to be considered elite, you know, just yet, not in real life. Maybe in fantasy, you know, elite production, like on a per snap basis, per game basis, you know, all that. But yeah, there's so many Shanahan ripoffs out there now. And that's because they came from his system once upon a time. And yeah, so we have these elite rushing systems out there. And a lot of these teams just put 2 or 3 guys in there to like have this elite rushing system. And so it's kind of crazy on what the NFL is kind of, you know, turned into. But the wide receivers, it's where it's at, and it's so crazy. But the reason why I think, and Tino can jump in on this, but the reason why I think running backs are so much of a thing in college is because in college, if you're an elite running back, like, you know, like, I don't know, just like a Reggie Bush, you know, for example, like Reggie Bush was like elite in college. Comes to the NFL, he's good and he's better than good. I mean, he stayed around for a lot of years, but he wasn't the college Reggie Bush in the NFL. Like, only so many people can be Barry Sanders in college football and then be Barry Sanders and maybe even better in the NFL. And I feel like that's what it is like, it's not that the running backs aren't good. Like, the running backs are still some of the best athletes like in the league, but because every single defender, and maybe not every single defender, but you know what I mean? I'm comparing this from NFL to college. Like, NFL is like every elite college defender, you know, and not every college defender is elite. So I think that's why this running in general is so much easier, whether it's the quarterback or the RBs, when it comes from college to the NFL. And Tino said in college, much more basic. Like Huss says, there's holes. You're trying to get the ball to your star players, take advantage of the matchups. You can't really do that in the NFL. Wouldn't be there if you couldn't play at an elite level. Okay, for sure. Glad we're on the same page there, because I'm not saying that running backs aren't good, but yeah, it's that's just what it seems like to me. Is like when we get to the NFL, it's like the elite of the elite, and doesn't matter how good you are in the NFL. You know, like you are the elite of the elite when it came to college, for sure. And yep, like the Niners or the Chiefs. Yep, A-Chain looks exactly like a Super Bowl RB that'll never get paid, but will ball out of nowhere for you. Because, man, I mean, it's just tiny little sliver of a hole. Boom, he's housing it. Like, man, we saw that so many times. So fucking fast. He said, I always find that teams that win the Super Bowl have the grinder, the get it done mentality. Doesn't really matter who's playing the position. Just play it hard and you will win. So that's why I don't think Miami has a shot. Too many cream puffs at running backs and not the type of guys that just get it done. Diva wide receivers as well. Let's see. Because now, damn, is this the third? Is this going to be the third year of Mike McDaniel's? Third year there, right? Man, just watch. Our third year breakout for Mike McDaniels as a head coach. Tino said even the defense in college will be built around the best star defensive player. That's why we see 100 tackles in college, even though they play 10 games. Yeah, for the elite of the elite, right? Tiniest sliver of a hole, and he's housing it. Pause. Hey, you like what I did there, Bakes? Tino said the grinder's a tight end. You need a motherfucking dog at that position. Yeah, he's a roaming fullback basically in modern NFL. That's what's crazy is I've noticed that with a lot of the play calls. It's like, yeah, I mean, maybe there's some teams that run out of the power I or whatever, but it seems like very minimal snap sets for the power I anymore out of all the playbooks that I've been using in college. And I just play with whatever playbook they have. But you're so right about that, Tino, because like the guy, I'm not saying that wide receivers aren't put in motion because everybody's put in motion, running backs, like all that. But I mostly see motion packages for the tight ends where it's the tight ends. They're going from one side of the line to the other, whether it's to go block or to go in motion or whatever. And then I see a lot where they get back to, I don't even know, where it's almost like a half pistol formation. You know, where it's like the running back is just there's one halfback all the way in the back, and then they slide the tight end from one side to the other, but they're like at the fullback position, just kind of like off center. And I don't even know what the hell formation that would be called. But yeah, I see that a lot where the tight end get put in a position to block for the running backs for sure. Even if they start off out wide and then it's like, then they get put the motion, you know, and then they go from like literally like an out wide receiver to like getting put in motion to like go block for the running back. Yeah, I see that a lot. And some teams play tight end at fullback when they need one at the goal line. Okay, yeah. I mean, because, yeah, goal line's always like, not always, but pretty much goal line, you're running out of that power eye. Wilson, unless McDaniels can take Miami to the greatest show on turf 2.0, they won't win. Plus, I don't think they have the talent equal to the greatest show on turf. I mean, not many do. Not many do. Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt and Marshall Faulk. Like, I mean, come on. Like, that's like that might be some of that could be one of the biggest elite three that we've ever seen on the football field at the same time. And yeah, Marshall Faulk's such a fantasy cheat code. Yeah. Because like running backs weren't like, you know, like what running backs were getting receptions like that and being used like that way. And Marcus Faulk is still the pride of San Diego State. Like if you go into like a random like bar that has like San Diego State like memorabilia like on the wall, like most of the time you will see a Marshall Faulk like jersey there, at least one of them. We'll say the only other guy that was close was LT. Yeah, and I don't even know who was better out of Marshall Faulk and LT. I mean, Marshall Faulk won the Super Bowl. You know, like on paper, like that's always going to give him the edge. But fuck, man, LT's just 1 year of 31 touchdowns. Like, that's just fucking insanity. There's quarterbacks that don't even score 31 touchdowns. Like in the NFL today, 31 touchdowns. Whew. Like that's insanity. That's insanity. That will never be matched by a wide receiver or running back. 31 touchdowns, 28 rushing touchdowns. Like, you just think now, like, a guy gets to 18 or 19, that's like ultra elite. Nobody's touching 28 rushing touchdowns again. No, Texan Stevie, we're talking about Marshall Faulk first. Marshall Faulk is the one who went to San Diego State. Keep up, Texan Stevie. Don't be coming in the middle of the rant. What is it? Don't be dipping in the Kool-Aid if you don't know the flavor. Hey, what up, Matt? Matt in the house. What up, bro? Tino said LT the best running back in the 2000s for sure. I'll say Emmett in the 90s, LT in the 2000s, AP in the 2010s. Yeah, because AP went for his 2 Gs in 2012. 2012, I feel like is that the year? Someone fact check it. 2012, the year that AP went for 2 Gs. But yeah, I'm with you, Tino. I don't even know. I mean, some may say Barry Sanders. You know, it's kind of tough to not like. I'll still say I like Barry Sanders way more than Emmitt Smith, but I'll give it to you. We'll give it to Emmitt as for the 90s. I mean, all-time rushing leader, 3 Super Bowls. Tia said 2 Gs is so much. That's a league winner in modern fantasy football for sure. Like, look when Derrick Henry did it. Like, you had Derrick Henry, like, yeah, and especially I'm pretty sure what week, I don't even remember if it was a week 16 or 17, whichever one was the last game. Where I think that was like his Jacksonville game where he just balled the fuck out all over him. Said you sneak 2 Gs in round 3 and don't win, you stink. Exactly. And yeah, and that's where AP was being drafted that year. I remember because I didn't play in that many leagues that year. And I was just about to get him. Like, I think in that one I had like the 12 spot, and it was like going back around. And because in my home league, I always got the 12th pick, man. It was fucking bullshit. Always. Fucking hated it. And so AP, I didn't pick him as one of the top 2, like as one of my top 2 picks. And I'm like hoping I can get him at the 3 or 4 and he gets picked in like the midway in the 3rd, and someone was so fucking stoked on it, and I was so pissed. I was like, coming off the ACL, he's not gonna do shit. Not gonna do shit. I'm so fucking pissed that he picked him. Like a couple picks before me. Yeah. It literally the year after. That's why he went so late, is because I don't even remember what week it was that he tore the ACL, but it was like nearing the end of the season. It was like in the last 25% of the season somewhere. And so there was so much skepticism on AP, even though he's already back at training camp and everything, but they said he wasn't going to play during training camp. And this is a time when players played in training camp, you know, at least a little bit. And they said they're not playing him in training camp. And it was just like, you had to have big gorilla balls if you were going to draft him like super early, but like he was drafted mostly in the 3rd round that year. Like, that's when people were okay taking a shot on him as their number 2. And Matt said, I got the 12-2. Man, it sucks. It sucks. I would just, that was when I played only in a couple leagues too. And so it's like, fuck, every year I get the 12th pick here. He said that year of AP is why I'm not letting Chubb injury affect me this draft. Right? And look at how late you could get Chubb. Like now. Like, that's the thing that's crazy. Like, look at how late you could get Chubb now. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th round. Like, he comes back to anywhere close to his normal form. He's paying off that draft pick easily. Easily. Yeah, it's some bullshit, man. We did all these different things. I mean, a lot of times it's picking names out of a hat and shit. Like I was, just the way that we did it for the longest time. Whoever won the Super Bowl the last year would pick it, or like a lot of times we actually had someone random pick the first pick. It was just, and then whoever got picked, then they go in, they pick the next name out. And and somehow, some fucking how, my shit always got picked last. Said Chubb did the same injury in college. It held up until now. So give me 2 more seasons. Yeah, for sure. And the ACLs, like, especially like, I don't know, like even Achilles, like Aaron Rodgers, Cam Akers, like these guys were ready to come back from Achilles injuries in the same year that they got it. Like, yeah, we're talking about modern medicine right now, come a long way in repairing knees. So now you tear these ligaments. It's not a death sentence for your career. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not saying like everyone is going to come back stronger, because like that would be like a super false like narrative. But when we're talking about the elite of the elite, that's what we are talking about here. The elite of the elite. Like these guys just deserve to get treated a little bit different, because they're just complete freaks of nature. That's really the only way that it can be put. They're just like complete utter freaks of nature, and everything that they do does not make sense, and we can't question it. So yeah, I'm with you, Tino. I'm probably gonna have a bunch of Chubby in different leagues because of just how late he goes, and I know I have Chubb on at least a few dynasties as well. Oh man, this is fucking bullshit. You guys ready for this? Lee sent me a blurb from Chiefs practice. Nick Bolton has left practice. He left on a cart, spent a lot of time in the tent with medical trainers, and apparently seriously hurt his left arm. And I think that's the same arm that got hurt last year. Oh, man. Damn it. Oh, man, this sucks. I hope that he's okay. I really hope that he's okay, because Nick Bolton had such high hopes for this motherfucker. And Bake said, dive deeper into the medical side of it. Those repairs are pretty much getting put on elastic bands and replacements of your tendon. Shit seems delicate. I mean, it can. Matt said, love the clip, though, this one. Where's it from? Put it in the chat. Where's that from? I know you guys know. Oh, man, this sucks. Fuck. And Will said, I guess he's off my keeper list. What? Oh, man. Derek said, Kadarius Toney sustained a leg injury.
Man, fuck Tony!
All right, everybody remembers. There we go. The price is wrong, Bobby. Tony seen limping off at practice field on Wednesday and kneeling on the sideline before leaving the field and not returning.
Man, fuck Tony!
Any excuse to do that drop. Damn it, man. Tony gets hurt when the wind blows too hard. And well, the price is wrong, bitch. Man, I don't know why, but just the when the wind blows too hard, you made me think of Forrest Gump. What did he say? I couldn't remember what he said before this, but he was like, I could run like the wind blows. Oh, fucking Tony.
Man, fuck Tony!
Man, that son of a bitch. Fuck, man. Nick Bolton. God damn it. Man. I really hope that he's okay. Man, that fucking sucks. I know in one of the leagues where I was kind of rebuilding, I had I can't remember what trade I made, but Nick Bolton got thrown in as a throw-in piece. Like that's how much they wanted the offensive player that I was giving up. And man, I was so stoked. I was like, next year, I was like, I don't care if he plays this whole year because I'm rebuilding. Like, let me just leave him in the IR the entire year. I'm fine with it. Man. If you guys didn't watch my top IDP, my top 25 IDP video, you must go see it. Not just for the Nick Bolton. I mean, there's 31 players that I mentioned and talk about, but Nick Bolton, like I looked into like the snap count in the playoffs in the Super Bowl and his numbers in the playoff in the Super Bowl. Man, he was on fire. He was on fire. I think there was only he was 97% snaps or higher in all 4 games in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. And well, was it 3 games, 4 games, whatever the fuck it was. And then yeah, they didn't have a bye last week. It was last year, it was the 4 games, and he averaged 10 tackles a game in all 4 of those games. Like, man, he was he was right back to his regular normal balling out self. Damn it. Man, I hope it's not serious. I really hope it's not serious. And I hope I'm wrong about the arm, but I swear it was his left arm last year that he had the issue on. That I don't know if it was his forearm. I can't even remember what the issue was with it last year, but yeah, it was an arm issue. Fuck. They said you got to clip it. The price is wrong, bitch. Yeah, let me see. Let's see what Happy Gilmore quotes I have. Let me see.
Big trouble though, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Read the name tag. Matt said, who's on your shirt? I must know the GOAT. Come on, man. It's Michael Jordan, bro. It's the 23. Will said the injury is serious. I'm keeping Jameson Williams over him, keeping Edwards, Hutchinson, and Ernest Jones. And man, fuck. Like, even that sounds so bad. I hate Jameson Williams. I feel sorry for you having to make that move, bro. I do. I really do. Like, what the fuck? Man. Well, that's life. Need to get that drop. That's life. That's what people say.
But I gotta know what's your fantasy.
Please read fantasy.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
And oh, Jordan, I was thinking something from San Francisco. Oh, because it's a red shirt. I usually now I'm trying to buy shirts when they're on clearance. You know, back in the day, maybe we're not trying to do that. Maybe we're trying to boss up on a lot of things. But I've always been someone who is all about finding a good deal, especially on clothes. And so maybe it is because of the color why I got the shirt for only $10 or so. And Wilson had dislocated left. Oh, it was the left wrist. Okay. Now apparently a left elbow. Okay. Well, that fucking sucks. Okay. Not the same bone, though. At least not the same bone. But man, it's fucked. That sucks. Well, okay. Here's what I'm gonna remind everybody, Captain Spock. It is the preseason. It's the preseason. And you're in training camp. I don't give a fuck what you get hurt for. You should be carted off because they're not just getting, they're not coming just to the side of the field. They're usually going somewhere, somewhere outside of wherever they're playing. They're going to the back room somewhere, back locker room. So I feel like it doesn't matter what injury you have, you should be carted off. Doesn't matter how severe the injury. And we've heard guys getting carted off at practice and then coming back to practice the next day. So I think that's just the way that it is. Like, you should, if you get hurt in practice, because it wasn't even his legs. It wasn't even his legs. It was his elbow. Like, he wouldn't need, if it was a game, he wouldn't get carted off. You know, like that's just what I'm saying. That's the difference. You know, it's preseason, it's training camp. Every injured player should just get carted off, so everybody, like, all the injuries are equal in that way. And he said, asked to follow up about Bolton. Reed gave a slight bit of detail about Casey starting middle linebacker. He tweaked his elbow. Reed said, just got it caught in between two guys. Ugh, that sucks. That sucks. It even more sucks when it's like some bullshit fluky shit as well. But yeah, you get it caught between a lineman and the fucking maybe two linemen. I don't know, you know, something like that. And guys just pancake you or whatever. Like, I don't even fucking know. It's big motherfuckers out there. Crushed his arm. Damn it. Yes, I'm glad the NFL made football safe. He said people must have been injured every week in the 90s. Right. Right. You know, so whatever happened to rolling your ankle doesn't happen anymore. I mean, most guys just already got their ankles taped before they even go out there. Right? Like, so when did Dr. Cure when did Dr. Cure roll in your ankle? Yeah, you just don't hear about it. It's crazy though. Like when it happens in basketball, when players' ankles get rolled, fuck, man, it just looks so painful. So painful and vicious. Seeing a 7-footer get his ankle rolled, just falling to the ground, can't do anything. I'm sure most of these concussion dudes are getting their bell rung. Yeah, I mean, because that's what it is, right? It's like just getting your bell rung. Not even a big deal. Will said this ain't Varsity Blues no more.
But I don't want your life.
It could be, though. Uh-oh, Noble in the house. What are you doing, Noble? You going to show off your soundboard skills real quick?
Yep.
All right, let's see. Let's see Noble's soundboard skills. He's still trying to get this job. I told him he's still got to apply.
She's a killer queen.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. What else?
Another one bites the dust.
That's a good one.
Another one bites the dust.
Let's see what else. There you go. You can just put that. Yes, I can't wait to judge my son's practice in a couple weeks. He said, "Y'all don't run the ball. Y'all don't run the bull ring." What the fuck? I love it. Said, line him up for the Oklahoma day ones, coach. Oh man, let's go. Yeah, Noble's he's got to learn all the drops. He's got to learn all the good drops now. But yeah, Noble's he's gonna be playing flag football this year. Gonna be his first year having at it. He's I'm gonna be the assistant coach as well because I'm tired of all like the shitty coaching that's like been happening for the other leagues that he's been a part of. So I do not want all the full responsibilities of being a head coach, but I could totally be an assistant head coach. And yeah, we're gonna see if Noble can handle it. He said, "Bro, I think I'm gonna be that parent. Y'all might see me in a YouTube video." That's not flattering in a few months. Man, you should just be recording the video, talking mad shit like in commentary. Like that'd be funny. That'd be super funny. Yeah, Matt said, "Damn, not even my kid, but I'm super excited for him." Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I mean, as long as like that, it should be about having fun, but it's still about winning, like, or at least getting better. How about that? Like, I mean, because even if you lose, if you're actually like, it's all about improving as a player when you're that young, especially when you know nothing, like you know zero. Should be very, very easy. And Johnny said, "Are you the DC?" Man, we're gonna have to see. I don't know yet. We're gonna see where the head coach puts me. We're going to see where his skills are, you know, if he's going to be an offensive minded head coach or a defensive minded head coach. And I'll you know, If he's an offensive coach, I'll just take over the DC role right away. We're going to Bill Belichick the shit out of this. Nothing but interceptions. Will Power said like Will Ferrell, SNL crazy parent, flattering. And Tim said, "Brad, go crazy at my daughter's volleyball games. I barely know the rules." I mean, I feel you don't have to know too many rules in volleyball, though, right? Like, I mean, you know how the points are scored. Like, we know that much. He said it's all fun. Most kids don't know the plays. I think the coaches are allowed on the field. And they have to play a certain number of plays on offense and defense and no special teams. And he said no special teams piss me off. Why is that just for the punt? Like no punts at all? Wait, so what happens though? Like, man, you can't punt on fourth down. What if they're backed up in their own territory? But I guess it's like if you got that one star, just any fucking any move, you just be gone. Oh yeah, Justin Perry said, "Got to teach him the annexation of Puerto Rico." Oh yes, for sure. And Tino said, "Bro, that's 33% of the game, right?" Yeah, we definitely got to learn the annexation of Puerto Rico. You know, we know that we got to have a tailback. That's for sure. Problem is, we don't have a tailback. Will said Homer Simpson, football coach, you're cut too sushi. It says too many cuts here. I'm just gonna have to post them. It said I think they're trying to stop kids from flying down the field and blasting someone. Yeah, for sure. Because that's really where the craziest head-to-head collisions will ever happen, is when people are just running with a head of steam, for sure. And first day of practice, what's your name, kid?
It doesn't matter what your name is.
That shit's funny. It was tough finding a football league for Noble to play in, because the first league that I looked up. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, when I was going and looking at the different places, I went and looked because I got to go see when the games are going to be, like during the week. And it says Sunday. I was like, oh, we're not doing that. Like, no. We're not doing that. And then the second league I go, what days do they play? Sundays. Then the third one that I found, Saturdays. And Tino says he's going to be playing for the Coyote Creek Wildcats. It's the same Pop Warner team that I played for. I said, I wonder if they have my stats. I'm sure I got 1,000 career tackles. And Tino said, bro, I just make up stats like that yesterday. My brother-in-law said he can stop me from scoring TD. I said, he said, I got 420 hood TDs.
Hold up. Smoke weed every day.
That's just funny. And Matt said he must really want your job. Yeah, he wants the producer role. That he does. And yeah, teaching him how to make stuff on the soundboard. I'm going to my old computer. I'm gonna reboot that up for him to be able to use. And it's not going to be a Mac. He's going to have to make do. It's going to be a different layout on stuff. But yeah, so we can start learning. Well, said Al Bundy is 4 touchdowns, right? Wasn't it 4? Yeah, 4 touchdowns in one game. 4 touchdowns in one game. Yeah, the only thing I got to do, I don't have a monitor for it. I need to get 2 monitors. Now I need to get one for him and I need a third one for my computer. I feel like 2 monitors just isn't enough. like for me. I need one more monitor now. And but yeah, but that's the goal. Got to get a monitor for Noble and another monitor for me, and then we'll have a full like setup. I got a spot like right in the corner like of the office where we could set up a little desk for him. It's like literally where the computer is right now on the ground. So you can set up a little computer for him right over there. And it's like if here's like, you know, kind of the edge of the camera, it's like literally just like 4 feet that way. So maybe one day he will be the producer of the show, just behind the screen hitting the buttons. Who knows? What? Matt said, text me your address. I got a monitor. What? No way. Let's do it. That'd be awesome. And Tino said the legend goes, stopped playing football mid-game after the 420th TD, walked off the field, straight home, smoking a blunt, never to be seen again. Oh man, that shit is funny. Man, and you serious, Matt? Oh man. Peace out, Derek. We'll catch you a little later, bro. All right. All right. There we go. Getting Noble closer right there. Because, yeah, that's, we need that. And then if the monitor doesn't have speakers, we need speakers. But then that's literally it. I got everything else. We got the keyboard. We got the mouse. I have the computer. That's like the hardest part, like out of all that. And it'll be the computer that I initially started all of this whole venture with. All right. Make sure you guys are paying attention to the videos that are dropping every single day. Because every single day we got new mock drafts that are being posted. And yeah, I think one dropped this morning. There's going to be another one that drops a little later today as well. But yeah, dropping all the time. All right. Let's get one more bowl going. Before we do, let me shout out the producers of the show. We appreciate you guys, all of our 420 crew Patreon members, our all access members, our elite members, our superstar members. We appreciate you guys. And of course, our ultimate members, the guys that are subscribed on multiple platforms. Appreciate you guys. Salute to you, the producers of the show. And shout out to our man Pickle in a Jar, who just signed up as ultimate member as well. Dang it, I swear I just saw some kind of notification from Sleeper, but then I'm scrolling here. Oh, here it goes. Got a trade. All right. And Bake said, when are we doing the draft order race for the multiverse? And so we can't. Like, that's the thing that sucks. Like on 100-yard rush, the most that we could do is up to 20. The most that we could do is up to 20. It fucking sucks. So I think we're going to do what we did last year, and I'm just going to, we're going to randomize it 3 times. And I think what I want to do is like the very first time that it randomizes, that's the order that I'm going to put people's teams in. And then that'll be how the divisions get chosen. And then we'll refresh it again. and that's nothing. And then we'll refresh it again one more time, and then that'll be the draft order. Yeah, no, I wish that it could go up to 30. We'll do our guillotine league on this because it has 18, but yeah, it sucks, man. 20 is the 20 is the max. It sucks. Because I hate just doing the randomizing. It's so boring. So boring. And I feel like I always get screwed when it comes to the randomizing. Last year I got the 5th pick and I got screwed because I took Joe Burrow. So many people that I could have taken over him, and my team would have been like so different. My team was screwed from draft pick number 1. And we still got to get everybody paid. I mean, shit, 2 new guys just joined. They joined and paid like right away. I don't know why everybody's slacking so hard on paying. But I think it's people just not paying attention to the league, honestly. Because I messaged a bunch of people and just, sent the link and everything. Handful of people paid like right away when I said that and reached out. So I think that's really what it is. It was people not really paying attention to the chat. And then when I brought it up to them, handful of people paid. Other people were like, yep, I'll pay in a couple days. And so perfect. So, I mean, yeah, I think as of right now, we have, unless somebody paid since the beginning of the show, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have 15. We have 50%. Bro, we got a spot. I got 3 spots open right now. I posted it on Patreon, but I'll throw the link in the chat. Yeah, bro, jump in. So it's a 32 team league, $55 buy-in. This is it's a super notorious league. It's the Marvel Multiverse of Madness. And yeah, most people have their characters in there. I'm Kingpin. And this year, the divisions are going to play each other for the last 3 games. I won't really know. There won't really be anything based on like record-wise. It'll just be kind of set up randomly. Oh, it's saying full. Hold on. Oh, shit. Hold on. More people join? All right, but nah, bro, you'll be in there. I mean, there's a lot of these other kind of randos. We'll see who actually pays. So you jump in and pay, you're in, guaranteed. Let me change the settings though. All right, I changed the settings. Go ahead and join. Because, yeah, there's a bunch of people who are slacking on paying. And we already knew that. But, yeah, go ahead and try again. Justin, pickle in a jar. And here, I'm going to put the info of where to pay. But yeah, there we go. Boom. In there like swimwear. But yeah, I didn't, yeah, a handful of people, I guess, joined. But yeah, 420 crew members got precedent. There's only a few people in here who are not 420 crew members. All right. All right, there we go. Smart man. Just got it paid right away. Guaranteed entry here and there. We got mock drafts. I mean, not mock drafts. We got best ball drafts today. We got mock drafts coming up tomorrow. We got a best ball draft today, 6 p.m. West Coast time. All right, there we go. Yeah, I may have to go remind people. Better get this league paid for. Because there's a lot of people who want to be in it. There we go. In there. China says not nearly as neat as 100-yard rush, but you can do 32 racers on a website. Can be ducks, emojis, or leprechauns. Let's see. Hold on, let me pull up. I don't have the YouTube video pulled up. Let me pull this up so I can click the link. Let's see. Oh shit, it starts on 32. Okay. What's this timer though? Let's see what happens. How do I make it go? Jeez. Yeah, you just put it for the time. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, this definitely would be. Oh, dang. I guess that's okay. That's the one thing that. So once someone wins, then it like stops the race. That's the part that's not good about that. The timer is just how fast they ran. Yeah, it doesn't fit. Not everybody finished. Everybody stopped. Once the person won, everybody completely stopped. Hassan said, "Hey there, AEW Dynamite coming up tonight, last day of July on TBS Network channel." He said, "Football on FanDuel is coming up August tomorrow night." Okay. I have WWE SummerSlam Cleveland preview too. Nice. Yeah, SummerSlam should be cool. When is SummerSlam? The 12th? What date? Oh, August 3rd. Saturday? All right, we might have to watch that. We'll have to watch that. Thought it was farther away. I don't know, right? Johnny Lazy ass leprechauns finished the race. Yeah, that would have been cool because I mean, you know, you just put whatever time and then they start. For the longest time, everyone was kind of just going the exact same like pace, but then it started like I don't know, as it got like past like 10 or 15 seconds, then we started like getting a little bit difference in what's it called, in like people going forward, people going backwards, all that kind of shit. All right, you know what? We're going to do a dab. We're going to finish this stream with a dab. And, but yeah, if, keep your ear to the streets, Johnny. If you find anything else that's very similar, to 100-yard rush where we can use 32 teams, I'm totally down because I really don't like I really don't like what's it called? Using the randomizer. So against it. But with 32 teams, it's like, man, what can you do? What can you do? And pickle in a jar. Don't forget. So the bylaws, read the bylaws just so you can kind of see what's going down in that league. Everything's pretty straightforward. But there's fab and, just a couple different things. Make sure you see the positions. It's pretty much just like one at every position, though. Will said only one QB, I assume. Yes, and it's not even it's optional. It's a super flex spot because you can only roster one QB. So, like, your QB is gonna have a bye, and so during that week, there is no, unless you're gonna drop your QB to pick up another QB, you would have to put someone else in that position. And Giant said, yeah, I'll do some research today and text you if I find something good. Yeah, I flipping hate the randomizer. Same. Hey, Matt switched over to YouTube. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, but it's very interesting. It's very, very, very interesting. I'm going to try a little something different this year. Try doing good. Year one, I did really good until I sent a stupid trade to Titans and I totally forgot to withdraw it. And he accepted it like a week later or something. And man, it fucking sucked. It fucking sucked.
All right, fire them up!
Woo! All right. There we go. I'm going to throw in today's best ball draft in the chat right now also. There we go. 6 p.m. West Coast time. Going to be a fun draft. The movie for this one is The Tuck Rule. So we are knee deep in our 30 for 30 series. So let's see. 101 is Rodman. We already started that. 102 Chuck and Tito. Both of those are slow. Yesterday draft was Al Davis versus the NFL. Today's is The Tuck Rule. Tomorrow's is the greatest mixtape ever. And tomorrow we got NFL football. I don't know if they're going to be using any Thursday night music, but I think this is the Thursday night music. First Thursday night football game. And The Last Dance, that's 106 Saturday. Bullies of Baltimore, that's going to be Sunday, 107. And then we got the American Gladiators next Tuesday. The Great Heisman Race of 1997, that's a slow draft. And then the Four Falls of Buffalo, that's going to be Wednesday. What's the date? 7th. There we go. And Bake said, what? Who's playing tomorrow? Bro, it's Texans versus the Bears. The Bears. And I got squares, man. I got squares. Put a couple bucks on it, and you'll be able to, I don't know, potentially have some fun winning some money versus just watching a Hall of Fame game. We'll be watching, though. We will be watching. All right. Yeah, and maybe what we'll do, I'll have like on Thursday, because we'll still have our we're still gonna have our draft or whatever, but we'll I'll have Rumble. We'll have the game going on Rumble so people can watch there. But yeah, I really do need an extra monitor. Really do need an extra monitor to use. Because when I show, something takes up like one full like screen. It's kind of annoying. Okay. All right. Getting up out of here. Appreciate you guys rocking. And yeah, we'll be back for the draft a little bit later tonight. And hop in the leagues. We got a lot of leagues going down. It's getting that time. And you don't want to be one of the people who's like left out because you didn't tell me soon enough that you wanted to get into one of these dope leagues. So let me know. See you then. Peace.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure
They remember forever the night they played the Titans.